Hi, my name is Paul Myatt. I don't know whether you saw Tim's webinar on GarageBand recently. I wanted to add to Tim's great session. I've been using GarageBand with my students who are working on their Grade 5 piano. I'm using the Trinity College syllabus, but you could use these ideas with any syllabus and with most pieces. My students are playing a piece called And Now Let's Handle by Michael Prosksch. I hope I pronounced that correctly. This is a piece that is not only good for their technique, it also uses a circle of fifths, which means they are starting to understand harmony. This exercise took about 30 minutes for most of my students to achieve, the first 8 bars. Before we got into GarageBand, they worked out the right hand and left hand, but they didn't have to be able to play it hands together. When we started GarageBand, or just before we started, they had to analyse the chords. This was great for understanding the harmony in this song, and you can see the circle of fifths being A minor, to D minor, to G, to C, to F, to B flat, and back to E, and there it goes again. They recorded the chords on GarageBand using the chord function, so just pressing the chords, just like Tim showed. Then students recorded the melody, the bass, and added drums. They then added audio effects, most of which I have no idea what they did, but they explored and tried things out, and what they made sounded pretty awesome. I'm going to play you 10 seconds of one of my students' arrangements. His name's Charlie. And then I'll explain why this is such a win for my students on so many levels. My students have really loved doing this, and it's been a real win for me as a teacher. They love playing with this technology. These children have all done their Grade 4 piano. They're around 12 years old. They've got good oral skills and okay reading skills. So they've learnt some really important things in this process. Firstly, about analysis, so they're able to work out the harmony the composer used, and the form and the harmonic progression. They had to play accurately in time with the metronome, so they really had to concentrate, and they could hear if it wasn't in time. And they weren't allowed to use the quantize function. So accuracy was really important. And of course, the best thing was they got to explore all the sounds, different sounds, the bass, the percussion, and all of the effects that GarageBand has for them. And finally, they really got to memorize the music. So this is going to be really useful for their playing when they prepare for their Grade 5 exam. Next, we'll be trying a more classical genre. So we'll be playing using some of the orchestral sounds that are in the app. And then, of course, we'll be adding all the funky bass and drums and all the effects that GarageBand can do. I can't wait for that. I'll let you know when it's on. Thanks. My name's Paul Myatt.